It's no secret that some of the biggest names in Hollywood are involved with Diddy and his dirty past. As the case unfolds, names that were once deemed untouchable are now dragged into the storm of Diddy's most explosive trial yet. And here's the twist no one saw coming. Diddy's last victim has finally broken their silence, speaking the truth about Steve Harvey, Ashton Kutcher, and Demi Moore. The revelations are shocking and laced with secrets that could destroy careers and unravel Hollywood's dirtiest connections. Recently, Ashton Kutcher, Demi Moore, and Steve Harvey were named as defendants in both civil and criminal lawsuits against Diddy. These stars were allegedly regulars at Diddy's infamous freak-off parties and have been tied to some seriously disturbing claims in with minors. Steve Harvey and Ashton Kutcher are allegedly caught on camera in compromising situations with underage girls. And that's not all. The whispers are getting louder, with rumors swirling that Steve Harvey's daughter might have been involved with Diddy when she was just 22, and Diddy, well, he was 50 at the time. Sources claim that Ashton Kutcher, Demi Moore, and Steve Harvey are packing their bags and getting ready to flee the country after being hit with subpoenas to testify against Diddy in his upcoming trial. Now, the real question is, what kind of dirt does Diddy have on these A-listers that they'd rather skip town than spill the beans in court? Well, you won't believe what's been whispered around Hollywood lately. Apparently, back in the late 90s, Diddy, being his usual wild self, invited Steve Harvey to one of his infamous freak-off parties. Turns out Diddy recorded Steve Harvey in a very compromising position with someone who's not his wife. Quite ironic considering Harvey has built his entire career on being a family man. To make things crazier, Diddy has reportedly been blackmailing Steve Harvey for a whole 25 years. Diddy and Harvey have had a long history together, going all the way back to the 1990s. Word on the street is that Diddy played a major role in building Steve's empire, helping him climb to the top, but in return, Steve's apparently been under Diddy's thumb this whole time. Now, here's where it gets really tricky. Steve always said he'd never let his daughter date a man he didn't personally approve of, right? Well, imagine the shock when he was spotted with none other than Diddy. While the rap mogul was taking Steve's daughter, Lori Harvey, out on a date, rumors are now flying that Steve may have given Diddy access to his daughter. While it's beyond shocking, let's not forget that in Hollywood, this kind of thing isn't as rare as we'd like to think. Diddy dating a woman in her early 20s is one thing, but this next piece of information is simply wild. Fans are absolutely freaking out because apparently Lori Harvey and Diddy's son Justin Combs used to be all over each other, hitting up clubs together, looking like a couple. Some people are brushing it off, saying their fling wasn't that serious, but hold up. Can we talk about how strange it is that Diddy was all cozy with a woman who used to date his own son? And the real kicker, they're all hanging out together, vacationing, taking cute pics, and acting like there's no crazy history between them. Just like Steve Harvey, Demi Moore's name is being dragged through the mud too. Rumors are swirling that just like Harvey, Moore may have let other celebrities take advantage of her kids. This whole twisted pattern seems to be a common thread among those tied to Diddy. These so-called loving parents are allegedly using their kids like pawns, pimping them out for a shot at fame and success. And here's the kicker. This isn't some isolated thing. It's a full-blown epidemic in Hollywood, and almost everyone is tangled up in it. But let's shift gears and talk about another big Hollywood name who just can't seem to stay out of the drama. This A-lister has been tangled up in one controversy after another. We're talking about Ashton Kutcher. Kutcher, who's always been the golden boy in Hollywood, is now getting dragged into Diddy's mess. Allegedly, Ashton Kutcher has been keeping very quiet about Diddy even though he's a key witness. And it's not because he has nothing to say. Nope, it's because he's terrified Diddy has him on tape. And we're talking dozens of videos showing Ashton partying it up at Diddy's infamous all-white parties in those wild freak-off sessions. It's honestly hard to imagine a tape without him, and get this. Gandil, who is Diddy's former bodyguard, who knows the ins and outs of the industry, has confirmed that Ashton and Diddy were tight, like best friends. But now, Ashton is reportedly panicking about what Diddy could expose if he dares to testify the truth about the freak-off tapes. Demi Moore, Steve Harvey, and Ashton Kutcher are just a few of the A-list names set to be exposed once those alleged freak-off tapes the feds grabbed from Diddy's mansion finally see the light of day. But here's where it gets even wilder. Courtney Burgess, a close friend of Diddy's late ex-wife Kim Porter, has already handed over 8 new tapes to the FBI after he was called to testify in front of a grand jury. Once these tapes drop, the truth is going to hit like a bombshell. But there's more. The rap mogul is now tangled in yet another sexual assault lawsuit, and this one has a chilling backstory. According to court documents snagged by US Weekly, LaTroya Grayson is coming forward with allegations that she was drugged at a 2006 Diddy party. Grayson's sibling won a radio contest in Oklahoma, scoring a trip to New York City complete with airfare, a hotel suite, and tickets to Diddy's iconic white party. Sounds glamorous, right? Well, not so much. When they arrived, the event had mysteriously been switched to a block party, and things took a dark turn. Grayson claimed she was led into the party solo while her sibling was left outside. After just 2 drinks, she started feeling sick and headed to the restroom. Then it's a blank. The next thing she remembers is waking up in a hospital, shirt ripped, underwear missing. Absolutely horrifying. But wait, there's more. After she returned to Oklahoma, she allegedly got a call from an anonymous woman warning her to drop it, saying, "Diddy's a celebrity and pursuing him would be a waste of time." Talk about intimidation tactics. According to TMZ, Grayson's attorney, Ariel Mitchell, revealed she didn't report the assault back then because she was paralyzed by fear and confusion. Recently, one of Diddy's party guests has spoken up. Singer-songwriter Tanea Wallace just spilled all the juicy details. Back in 2018, a Saudi prince flew Tanea and a friend out to Miami for one of Diddy's notorious Star Island mansion parties. Tanea said their phones were confiscated at the door, and once inside, she revealed she spotted a bunch of celebs, including a famous rapper. She mentioned how things were off the rails. We're talking naked people everywhere, wild house music pumping, skinny dipping in the pool, and people just getting it on left and right, most of them totally intoxicated. But here's where things take a really disturbing turn. Tanea claimed she saw minors dressed like Harajuku Barbies, and they weren't alone. They were surrounded by adults, almost like they were being shielded from prying eyes. Diddy's lawyers came out swinging, calling Tanea Wallace's allegations nothing more than completely and categorically false. In their fiery statement, they didn't hold back, claiming Wallace had no credibility and ended up dismissing her shocking claims about freak-offs and minors as facially ridiculous. They said, Sean Combs cannot respond to every publicity charge, even those that are patently unfounded. He is completely confident in the facts and in the integrity of the judicial process. The truth will triumph in the court. The accusations against him are pure staging. Since Diddy's arrest, civil lawsuits have been piling up like wildfire. With allegations of abuse spanning decades, one of the most horrifying claims is that he abused a 10-year-old aspiring actor or rapper back in 2005. Diddy's lawyer has flat out denied any claims of assaulting minors. Still, with stories like this coming out of the cracks, Diddy's carefully curated image is starting to show in a big way. But wait, if you think that's the end of it, you're wrong, because Peacock just dropped the trailer for their upcoming 90-minute documentary special, Diddy, The Making of a Bad Boy, hitting screens on January 14th. And trust me, it's not your typical feel-good celeb documentary. This one dives deep into Diddy's past with juicy interviews from his former bodyguard, makeup artist, producer, and others spilling all the tea on Diddy. The tagline they're promising to give us is the real story behind the man, the forces that built him up but might have also turned him into a monster. Yep, you heard that right, a monster. Right now, the freak-off tapes are officially in the FBI's hands, but more witnesses are coming forward to testify. Lawsuits are getting filed left and right, and now documentaries are being released. It's only a matter of time before Diddy's empire in Hollywood gets shaken to the core. But here's the big question. Are these celebrities running for cover to avoid the big exposure, or is there something even darker going on behind the scenes? Drop your thoughts in the comments below because this is far from over.